Yeah, I'll make a mockery of this shit.
Luke, thank you for the Pacers last year.
There you go. You know? Was that it?
How's it feel to be back, Luke?
Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. Just being in this building. Bit surreal still. You know, it kind of happened pretty quick. And being here, seeing everybody, a lot of new faces player-wise, but, you know, seeing all the coaches and a lot of people here, not just the coaches, but, you know, in the training room, the equipment room, guys that I've had relationships with for a long time. It's been pretty special 24 hours.
I got to ask right away, is Techno Thursday coming back?
Of course, man. Of course.
I mean, I'm assuming. Yeah, you're hyped about it, aren't you? Although I gave the boombox to my brother, so I'm going to buy another boombox tonight, and we're going to get it going.
Neon green?
No, I think I'm gonna switch it up. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. A lot of the guys have kept that going. It seems like there's a lot of dudes I was looking today that have supported that movement. So.
What were the last 3 or 4 weeks like for you?
A bit strange. Kind of first time being on the other side. You know, it was one of those things where I was kind of flying in and out to different places for a bit, and it's weird when, you know, things become a numbers game, and then you don't really know like who to believe. Is it really a numbers game, or is that just what everybody says? So it was a bit strange. You know, got hit with a couple pump fakes, which were a little hard to handle, but I'm here now, kind of all worked out, and I'm very excited.
When did you first get word from the Seahawks they were interested?
I was on my way to the airport to go work out for another team on an Uber, and my agent called and said that this might go down. So I was just a quick pivot right there.
Tell the Uber driver to pull over?
No, because he was like, you still got to go to the airport. We don't really know much. I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm like, all right, I'll board the plane last then. So.
And when did you?
We were boarding, and I got the call from my agent and told me to. So I walked over 2 terminals and flew to Seattle instead.
This was yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
So they just called you yesterday and told you that?
Yeah, it was pretty wild 24 hours, man.
Where were you flying in from?
Oh, I was flying from San Fran. I was living down there, so it was pretty close. Didn't go back to the homeland.
So you walked off the jetway?
No. I was just like in line. I don't want to make it that dramatic. Yeah, it wasn't that dramatic, man. I just got the call. I was like, all right, I'll go head to the other terminal then. Yeah, I had another hour to spare.
Was this in the back of your mind as a possibility, or you wrote it off?
Again, it was it's kind of a bit of a mental game, like the situation. I know a lot of guys have been in it, so I don't want to make it seem like, you know, it's something new to me, but it was a bit challenging. So like after kind of first 2 weeks and some of the stuff that I've been told that was going to happen, didn't happen, whatever, I just kind of was like one of those things where I knew it was going to be like a last minute thing, and I didn't really know what to believe. Not every team operates the same way. I was looking for the same stuff. So kind of just my goal is to stay in shape, and when I get the call and sign the papers, and then that'll be it, you know. So I didn't really to answer your question, I was a bit long-winded. I, you know, kind of hoped maybe I'd be back here, but it wasn't something I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be back here at all. So.
Was there a point where you thought maybe you should go find other work and give up on it?
No, not really, because, again, I mean, I had 3 workouts the first 3 weeks and was kind of en route for a 4th one. And, I mean, I got positive feedback, minus the whole not signing thing. So it wasn't, you know, I felt like there was some decent interest still going on.
What's the gym like at your apartment complex?
You like that, huh? It's, you know what, it was a bit makeshift, but I got some good work in there, man. And it's great when you don't have a job, you go in odd hours when no one else is working, or sorry, when everyone else is working. So the whole thing myself, you know, got a little music going. Wasn't the most ideal performance facility, but thought it did the trick.
Free weights?
Yeah. I was living at apparently a nice apartment complex, man. This was a decent gym.
Have you introduced yourself to Cody Barton yet?
Briefly, why do you ask, man? Is he a wild man or something?
No, so Hard Knocks showed your interaction.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, he seemed like a good dude. I'm sure we'll get along fine. Yeah.
What was the whole Hard Knocks experience like?
It was a little bit strange in the sense of, for me personally, as you guys know, like kind of a bit of a different personality, but I would have felt a little more comfortable here. When you got new teammates and there's cameras all around, you kind of have that like wondering like, yo, is this guy just doing this for the cameras? And that's just not with me. I think it's with everybody. Like you're like, oh, like I was this guy mic'd up today. So in that sense, in a weird way, it kind of like at some points like contained me in a way. Like I just didn't want anybody kind of getting the wrong ideas. It is a bit strange too. Like, I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Your meeting rooms, they've got these rotating cameras. And you're trying to you have a private conversation with a guy, not that it's anything bad, and you look and there's a boom mic sticking behind your head you didn't realize, and there's a camera 40 feet away that, is pointed right at you guys. It's a bit strange, but overall it wasn't like a huge nuisance I didn't find.
What was that? They showed you kind of walking into Gruden's office and coming out and all that. I mean, what was that whole experience like, though, getting cut for the first time?
Oh, it was Mayock. It was Mayock's office. I kind of had an idea it was coming, just based on, my first year in the league and who was traveling and who wasn't. So I was a little more mentally prepared, like it wasn't a complete shock. But it was strange, man, when you go from 6 years of, being kind of a lock on those days, and I got a new appreciation for a lot of those guys who are kind of sitting and waiting to see if their phone's going to ring. It was definitely not an enjoyable time. Let's put it that way. Not enjoyable.
How did your game change, Luke? Can you think back to where you were when you first got here and now where you are now?
Yeah, I think it's a good question because I think in my head versus the general perception, it might be a little different. But, I think that I'm still moving and running pretty well and just a couple years wiser. But I think the perception is that I'm a couple years older. Well, I guess we'll see, man. I think that a lot of it depends on, it's a subjective league, like who likes what, what offense you kind of like and don't like, and you get pigeonholed sometimes into certain roles, and it's one of those things where I've got, I think, a lot to prove now, to everybody in this building and in the league, and I've got an opportunity, so that's really all I can ask for.
Just preacher man.
Oh, did I ever, man? You should have seen this guy's get up today. It was outrageous. I tried to get him up here, but he didn't want to, it is what it is.
Was the GIF you tweeted last night, was that an easy choice, or did you kind of spend some time thinking about what the proper...
So I had signed super late, and I hit my boy up. Shout out to my boy, Mark Maris. And I was like, dude, I feel like I need to tweet a GIF. And he had sent one of The Undertaker, and then I had responded with just kind of a different angle of it. So it really, I'm almost taking credit for his work there. But yeah, there was a couple other ones, but one of them was probably a little offside, and I don't know if everyone would have got it. So I shelved that idea. Me and Dave got to get off on a good foot, right, Dave? That's right. See, Dave, I was thinking about you last night, man. Not in a weird way. Just I didn't want to get in trouble, Yeah. I thought it was a pretty good choice, though. The Undertaker, A+. Thank you for that. Yeah.
There's been a lot of weird things that have happened to the Seahawks at that stadium. What do you remember about the 6-6 tie in 2016?
I wasn't there. I was concussed that game.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, I wasn't there for that. I think it was a concussion, but I'm not sure. I was definitely not there, though. Sorry, Dave. I'm sorry, man. I had to throw one in there.
The offense has changed since you were here.
Yeah.
Similar enough you feel like you can jump right back in? And
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different from my time here. But between Oakland and Detroit and my time here, there's only so many like football plays that are out there. It's more verbiage than it is kind of verbiage in the minute details that I've really got to, lock it in. So this walkthrough went all right. I got guys helping me like I'm a rookie. Got some coaches behind me like I'm a youngster again. But hopefully tonight, get a little more time with the playbook. I'll be all right.
Now that you've seen a couple other organizations, what's unique about this place?
That's a great question because I would say there's a lot. This is a very, very special place. Not to get too emo, it's not really my style, but I think from top to bottom here, just the way that this entire organization's run, including the PR guys. Shout out to the PR guys. I don't want to leave them out. There's just a greater sense of people caring for one another here. As an off-the-field thing, again, I can kind of get into the my psychoanalytical stage of how my other places have been, but it's kind of a family here, and that's not how my experience has been everywhere else. And I think that going in here today and just the general energy of the team and the guys, it probably is one of the main reasons why when I was here, and I know they're still doing this, but we just seem to be able to win games late because there's just a general sense of guys caring for one another and really wanting to do well for not just themselves, but everybody in the building, everybody that has a piece of this organization that helps us perform. And I don't think that's the exact same everywhere, at least in my experience.
Did the Raiders players who knew of your reputation embrace you or shun you?
I think I was embraced there. Yeah, I think I was embraced. I got some good friends over there. Obviously, in the short period of time versus 5 years here, it's a little different. But and I think also Coach Carroll kind of is a little more lenient on guys' personalities like myself. So I, might have been able to be me a little more here. So, but I'd say overall, I got some good buddies over there.
Anything else? Thanks, Luke.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. That was really serious, man.